A clever dog. George is a young man. He does not have a wife, but he has a very small car and a very big dog. He likes playing tennis. Last Monday he played tennis for an hour, and then ran out and jumped into a car. His dog came after him, but it didn't jump into the same car, it jumped into the next car. "Come here, foolish dog," George shouted at it. But the dog stayed in the other car. George put his key in the lock of the car, but the key did not turn. Then he looked carefully at the car again. It wasn't his. He was in the wrong car, and the dog was in the right one. "He's sitting and laughing at me," George said angrily to himself. But then she smiled and got into his car with the dog. Clever and silly. One day a rich man met Ted. The rich man asked, "I hear you are very clever and nothing is difficult to you. Can you tell me why you are so clever?" Ted answered with a smile, "I am not clever. Instead, you are too silly." The rich man became very angry. Ted said, "Master, please don't be angry. If you don't believe what I said, now let me ask you a question. If you have a group of sheep, I send you another group, then how many groups of sheep do you have?" "Why, that's the easiest question in the world. 1 and 1 is 2. Anybody knows that I have 2 groups of sheep." Ted laughed and said, "You are wrong, master. 2 groups of sheep put together is still 1 group. That is the easiest question in the world." Difficult questions. Lisa is a naughty girl. She likes to talk in class. It is Monday morning. The students are having a science lesson, but Lisa doesn't listen to the teacher. She is busy talking with her classmates. The teacher gets angry, but she doesn't scold Lisa. She says, "Can you answer my questions?" Lisa, "Of course, Miss Brown." Lisa answers. "Then do you want to answer 1 difficult question or 2 easy ones?" "1 difficult question," Lisa said. "Then, where is an egg from?" "From the hen." "Where's a hen from?" Then, Lisa doesn't say a word. She goes back to her seat and sits down. Miss Brown gets angry at last. "Why don't you answer my question?" "I've answered 1 difficult question already," Lisa said. Stupid or not. An old lady went out shopping last Tuesday. She came to a bank and saw a car near the door. A man got out of it and went into the bank. She locked into the car. The keys were in the lock. The old lady took the keys and followed the man into the bank. The man took a gun out of his pocket and said to the clerk, "Give me all the money." But the old lady did not see this. She went to the man, put the keys in his hand and said, "Young man, you're stupid. Never leave your keys in your car, someone's going to steal it." The man looked at the old woman for a few seconds. Then he looked at the clerk, and then he took his keys, ran out of the bank, got into his car and drove away quickly, without any money. 2 soldiers. 2 soldiers were in camp. The first one's name was George, and the second one's name was Bill. George said, "Have you got a piece of paper and an envelope, Bill?" Bill said, "Yes, I have," and he gave them to him. Then George said, "Now I haven't got a pen." Bill gave him his, and George wrote his letter. Then he put it in the envelope and said, "Have you got a stamp?" Bill gave him one. Then Bill got up and went to the door. So George said to him, "Are you going out?" Bill said, "Yes, I am," and he opened the door. George said, "Please put my letter in the box in the office," and he stopped. "What do you want now?" Bill said to him. George looked at the envelope of his letter and answered, "What's your girlfriend's address?"